really affect me. Most times I'll just have like a protein shake in the morning or some oatmeal or something like that. But however, that's not what we're here for. I know. But we're here to talk about kids and the terrible foods for them. And top of my list is breakfast, because guess what? Breakfast sets the mood for the rest of the day. So when we are giving kids cereal, we need to make sure that the cereal is not packed with only sugar, and that it actually some type of nutritional value outside of, I don't even know, like, never mind, just that it has some type of nutritional value, because sugar really has, so at any rate, yeah, so things that are like, or cereals that are like Frosty Flakes, Fruit Loops, Captain Crunch, all this, like, most times they are packed with sugar. So we need to make sure that we aren't feeding the kids a bowl of sugar. And then a good number of the times, people are pouring whole milk over the cereal. And guess what whole milk is packed with? Sugar. Not only that, mucus. So, yes, I know it's crazy, but check it out. They got videos all over the place. So, time out real quick. I don't know if you caught my last video about dairy products, but I did make a video about dairy products, basically saying that it causes inflammation, and with kids, it's most likely going to cause them to be constipated, or it's going to cause them to have diarrhea. With adults, it could be the same thing, but a good number of times it leads to cancer, and it also leads to like bowel obstruction, stuff like that, because the body does not produce the enzyme that is needed to break down the lactose that is in the dairy product. So the best thing to do is to use things like hemp milk, coconut milk, almond milk, things like that. And honestly, if you want to make almond milk, it's very easy to make it at home. It's a little time consuming, but it's super easy. But yeah, that's that. Anyway, now back to the subject, or matter, whatever. Listen, what we need to do is make sure that whatever cereal it is that we are giving the kids, it has at least 3 grams of fiber per serving. That's a minimum of 3 grams of fiber per serving. And this is because you want them to be regular when it comes to using the restroom, because you want to keep their colon clean. With that, you are minimizing their chances of any type of colon cancer or disease, rather. So that the fiber is very important. The reason behind some cancer is because we don't cleanse. So let's not do it for the kids. Let's just make sure that they have at least 3 grams of fiber per serving in the cereal. So if you're lost on what to give the kids for breakfast, the best thing you can do is give them, thank you, get out of my way. Give them oatmeal. Do some steel cut oats. Guess what you can do? Add a little yogurt in there. Some little yogurt. Add some berries on top. If you want, you can add some maple syrup. And guess what? Hearty, healthy breakfast. You know, add a few orange slices on the side. I don't know, jazz it up. I'm just saying, that's a whole lot better than packing it with sugar, giving them all sugar. So now, moving on. The next thing is gonna be granola bars. And I know this is crazy because it blew my mind when I found out, and I'm probably not gonna eat granola bars anymore, because even adult ones are pretty bad. So like with anything else, the best way to combat anything store brand, bought, whatever, the best thing you can do is make it yourself. So steel cut oats, the same ones you use for your kids' oatmeal, the maple syrup or the honey, the same one you use for your kids' oatmeal, use that to make a energy bars. So you can add some peanut butter, almond butter, add some dried fruit in there. I don't know. You can even add some coconut. I like coconut. Yeah, so that's the best way to handle it. So moving forward, so because I know a good number of people love to make sandwiches, not only for themselves, but they love to make them for their kids because it's super easy. Guess what? Those packages of sandwich meat is filled with preservatives that go by the name of nitrate. Guess what nitrate does? It causes heart disease and cancer. So guess what now? Because I know parents love, not only do they love them for themselves, but they love to give them to their kids. You know, give the kids something to look forward to. But that Twinkie and that ho-ho, that thing right there is not good for the kids. Because guess what these Debbie cakes are filled with? Trans fat. And guess what trans fat is to mankind? The worst processed fat possible, people. So we just gotta make sure we put, like, I don't know, like some fruits or maybe some. I like grapes. Maybe I like blueberries. You can put like blueberries in there. I know you ain't packing no snack for me, but still, I'm just saying. I would switch out the Twinkie with a bag of fruit. Because otherwise you're giving them trans fat. That's terrible. So unfortunately, to continue this conversation about trans fat, I have to break the news to y'all, because I was really sad when I found this out. Fries. Okay, I can eat fries with every single meal several times a day. Guess what, y'all? We can't do that. We can't whip up in Wendy's and Chick-fil-A got some good fries. We can't do that, because when they drop them things in that hot grease, they packing them with trans fat. We don't want that for the kids, for ourselves either. Packing them with trans fat. And not only that, when we get done, guess what we do? That's right, we go ahead and throw the whole box of salt on top of them things. You can't do that and give them to the kids. Yo, that's high blood pressure waiting to happen. I know y'all have to move past this trans fat, so we just gonna keep it pushing. So the next thing is pizza. I know we all love to order pizza because they bring that junk to the front door, so you ain't gotta go nowhere. But unfortunately, it ain't true. At home, straight out the oven, homemade pizza. So they pack this thing with all type of dairy products, unnatural products. So the best thing to do is to make it at home and make it from scratch. Gotta make that thing from scratch. So after that, guess what? I know y'all want to get the kids some juice, but juice is packed with sugar. Ain't no fiber in these juices. So the best thing you can do is whip up a smoothie, berries, ice, yogurt. So moving forward, the next thing is going to be crackers. So I know we like to give the kids crackers because it keeps them quiet, but guess what? Make sure you check the ingredients. Make sure it doesn't have bleached or white flour in them. Also, most crackers are packed with unhealthy oils. Hello? They just cut me off. Unhealthy oils. They also have all type of preservatives in them. Go ahead and switch your brand to something that is whole grain and that's pretty much natural for the most part. And also, this is a big one because I know down south we love to give our kids Cokes, right? Not only is this about to make them hyper, but guess what? You're ruining their teeth. So don't think you are doing them any favors either by switching them over to diet sodas also for yourself, because you ain't doing nobody no favors, because those sodas are packed with toxic chemical sweeteners. Yeah, the basis of these sweeteners are made from chemicals. So the best thing you can do like I mentioned before. It's just making smoothies, or even get like a juicer. I didn't think about that. Get a juicer so that way you can make natural juice at home. That's a good idea. You should do that. But also, what was I about to say? Oh, fruit snacks. Fruit snacks. I know people love fruit snacks. I like snacks too. But the best thing you do, I don't know if you saw my last video about snacks, but do it at home. Make it from scratch. So my latest video about fruit snacks was for you to buy some strawberries from your local grocery store. Go ahead, take them home, clean them off, cut them in half, throw them in the oven. Guess what? Bake them, let them sit there for a minute. You take them out and they're going to be chewy. Now you have a snack. Do that for your kids. Go ahead, look on Pinterest. Get creative. Find some ways to make snacks at home that are 100% natural. All right, so now the next thing that I'm going to bring up is gonna be some Lunchables. I know people love Lunchables for their kids, but guess what? I just told y'all this processed meat that they got for sandwiches ain't good. So it ain't no different when it comes with crackers and cheese. No, don't do it. Most times they are packed with sodium, unhealthy fats, and simple carbs. Simple carbs are the worst. They don't provide any nutrients. So next topic, apple juice. Apple juice. I know parents love to give their kids apple juice because they see apple on it and instantly think that it's healthy for their kids. It is not. Guess what? Those carton juices are packed with all type of sugar, and I know the label say no sugar added. Look at that thing. I bet it say fructose on the back. Guess what that is? That's sugar. Alright, so we're just gonna keep it moving because I know y'all heard me when I said what sugar does for the kids' body. Alright, so moving forward, next thing is gonna be boxed mac and cheese. I even know a few adults that like to indulge in boxed mac and cheese. I don't know why, but they do. So boxed mac and cheese have no nutritional value for kids, adults, cats, dogs, any type of being. No type of nutritional value. Just throw it away. So next topic, apple juice. Apple juice. I know parents love to give their kids apple juice because they see apple on it and instantly think that it's healthy for their kids. It is not. Guess what? Those carton juices are packed with all type of sugar, and I know the label say no sugar added. Look at that thing. I bet it say fructose on the back. Guess what that is? That's sugar. Alright, so we're just gonna keep it moving because I know y'all heard me when I said what sugar does for the kids' body. Alright, so moving forward, next thing is gonna be boxed mac and cheese. I even know a few adults that like to indulge in boxed mac and cheese. I don't know why, but they do. So boxed mac and cheese have no nutritional value for kids, adults, cats, dogs, any type of being. No type of nutritional value. Just throw it away. So, like I said, this box of mac and cheese lacks any type of nutrients. Did I say that? Well, if I didn't say it, I just said it. And it also lacks any vitamins, any minerals. It's not going to give you any type of energy. It is absolutely empty. So what you are going to get from this boxed mac and cheese is going to be preservatives, and also you're going to get sodium. They are packed with sodium because a good number of times that's how we preserve things. Also with nitrate, don't forget that. So when you are purchasing your mac and cheese, make sure you go ahead and look at the box, at the ingredients, and see how many you recognize. If you don't recognize it, guess what? Put it back on the shelf. It don't need to go home with you. And also, you're altering your kids' palate, so they're going to crave more and more foods that are high in sodium. And not only that, they don't need to see no meal appear from a box. Cook. So, like I said, this box of mac and cheese lacks any type of nutrients. Did I say that? Well, if I didn't say it, I just said it. And it also lacks any vitamins, any minerals. It's not going to give you any type of energy. It is absolutely empty. So what you are going to get from this boxed mac and cheese is going to be preservatives, and also you're going to get sodium. They are packed with sodium because a good number of times that's how we preserve things. Also with nitrate, don't forget that. So when you are purchasing your mac and cheese, make sure you go ahead and look at the box, at the ingredients, and see how many you recognize. If you don't recognize it, guess what? Put it back on the shelf. It don't need to go home with you. And also, you're altering your kids' palate, so they're going to crave more and more foods that are high in sodium. And not only that, they don't need to see no meal appear from a box. So, like I said, this box of mac and cheese lacks any type of nutrients. Did I say that? Well, if I didn't say it, I just said it. And it also lacks any vitamins, any minerals. It's not going to give you any type of energy. It is absolutely empty. So what you are going to get from this boxed mac and cheese is going to be preservatives, and also you're going to get sodium. They are packed with sodium because a good number of times that's how we preserve things. Also with nitrate, don't forget that. So when you are purchasing your mac and cheese, make sure you go ahead and look at the box, at the ingredients, and see how many you recognize. If you don't recognize it, guess what? Put it back on the shelf. It don't need to go home with you. And also, you're altering your kids' palate, so they're going to crave more and more foods that are high in sodium. And not only that, they don't need to see no meal appear from a box. All right. Because I know parents love to give their kids flash fried foods. You know, the finger foods? You know, like the mozzarella sticks and what is it? Chicken fingers. Those things are horrible. So the fact that they are flash fried means that they are packed with all type of fat and all type of calories that your kids don't need. And they're also packed with sodium that your kids don't need. So guess what you should probably do? Get something that is whole wheat, whole grain, I lied. So make sure you get something that is super healthy for them. And again, like with anything else, go ahead and look at the back of that label and see how many of the ingredients that you recognize. You don't recognize them? At least the first 3 should be super healthy. If not, go ahead and put that back in the frozen section. Go ahead. So again, like I just said, when you are giving them that, they're packed with sodium, guess what? You're altering their palates. So that's why they love these foods, because they are packed with sodium and they crave that stuff. They crave it. So let's just stop. Let's not give it to them. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to say is whole milk. Whole milk is absolutely horrible for kids. They are not little baby cows, calves, whatever you want to call them. That's not, they not, you can't give them that. It's packed with hormones, it's packed with mucus, it's just horrible. Just go ahead and fast forward. I lied. Rewind to the conversation that I was having earlier about dairy products. Boom, you can find that info there. And to top this one off, Gatorade, sports drinks, it's a no. They're packed with sugar. Don't do it. Last one. Well, that is all I have when it comes to what you don't want to give your kids. And if you ain't giving it to your kids, you probably shouldn't be eating or drinking it either, because monkey see, monkey do. So go ahead, make it a lifestyle for everybody in the house. That way everyone can be on the same wave. Everybody can be healthy. You know, I'm not saying go ahead and change everything around the house, but little by little, make small changes until it becomes a norm. I know that we are used to some of the worst habits to have, but that's okay. We learn habits. That's something we learn. So let's just go ahead and change things up. But I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that you learned something. And when you are done here, because I'm about done, when you're done here, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate all the love, and I will get back to you guys later.